Hello and welcome back. Yes, we are going to get ready to roll on train. Things are going to be interesting with Astralis because Device is here.
He's arrived in the building. He's ready. Well, he's at least available. We'll see if he's ready as the game begins very shortly up against Cloud9, who had some success earlier. And we'll see if they continue that form. It looks like we'll be playing train. I think the knife round has already happened as well. It will be a CT star for Astralis here. Zonic goes back to the coaching role. And we should be back to business as usual. If you didn't catch it earlier, Astralis are up against NIP. Beginning of the tournament.
Simulation has been normalized.
Has it really?
Well, apparently we're back to reality. Words are hard. Where are your retainers, children?
Well, we are underway. Ready to go, and we'll see what kind of buy Cloud9 bring to the table. I'd assume at least one smoke will come through. A lot of teams, well, some teams do opt for 5 sets of armor. There it is, Tarek with the one smoke, the flashbang. Into the first round here. I'm not sure I think he's going to win this. Like Astralis with Device, potentially not in his peak performance. They might struggle here. I reckon Cloud9 have got a decent shot of winning this one.
Stewie. Check the top of the ladder. In fact, dangles his feet. Bobby Big Wheels and Dirty Dangles. Cover off the corner to make sure that no one's approaching. The alternate approach of covering the corner at B would be therefore pushing out toward Ivy. Glaive is taking that responsibility. And we find ourselves with some bit of information, but not much to play for it because it's still going to be all the pressure applied. Zipex now confirms he'll lead rotations, and they will act accordingly.
Tarek and Stewie make their way towards the upper platform. They've got control of that area. Still with the smoke, remember. Tarek can deploy that down the lower ramp. They'll fall back towards Pop Dog, though. They've obtained the brown horse, as you can see on Stewie's screen right now. CTs have no idea what's going on there. That's actually forced a rotation. We've got Kiabi, Device, and Zipex all on the inside bomb site. As we head into potentially the final commitment here. Smoke deployed towards the connector and the bomb train itself. And it's up to Stewie to try and push through and find the first frag here.
Stewie can wait, swing around. Well, planted. He can therefore cover off both the Z connector and the approach from Kiabi, whose gun shows, but Stewie can't find the kill. Stewie's going to go down as a result. Device, welcome back, son. You've got the kill to take him out of the equation and limit the approach from Tarek. Zipex will find that, and Astralis find the round as a result.
It's looking very good for Cloud9 there. Got the map control required. Full control of the inside area. Fell back towards the outside bomb site. Smokes deployed, bomb down, but completely taken over by Zipex and his P250, managing to find a couple of frags at Device at the flank, and the pistol goes in favor of the Danes. Device will be an interesting character to follow, considering the storyline. He has arrived at the event late. They lost out to NIP when Zonic had to play for them, but he's here for the second game. How good his form will be is yet to be seen. He only arrived like an hour ago. UMPL for Dupree. Glaive's on the pistol here. There won't be the force buy from Cloud9, of course. They got the bomb down in the pistol. They're getting the AKs out in the third. Astralis well aware of that, making sure they get 3 rifles in preparation.
Automatic. Back toward T-spawn. Tarek will check again toward the ladder and then head his direction toward the brown halls. Down. Stewie naturally wants to go through it, but as they head to the long corner, it's okay. Nice shot, automatic. I'll give you that. Maybe he should have gone first because he lost 3 teammates to Zipex before he got that shot in, and Dupree is flanked. 2-0 for Astralis. There he is. The man, the myth, the sickness.
Yeah, it'll be a difficult game for him, but a nice start. Astralis hold off the B approach. Zipex quite comfortable there. He does go down in the end, you're right, absolutely. Some shot there from automatic, but not enough to find a great result. They get 2 frags out of that, so we'll see if Cloud9 had this force buy in the third after getting the bomb down in the pistol. Manages to find them anything here. Glaive will drop over the AWP to Device. He didn't buy anything in the last round, so he had plenty of money, and they know this gun round will be coming through. Stewie and Tarek try to drop down towards a Pop Dog. They do it, take a little bit of damage there, but at least they know there's no CT presence. I'll go back to the brown holes there. Very defensive hold. Zipex holding the lower ramp. Glaive backing him up. So Zipek spots one, wants to chuck the smoke in. Now all he's got to work it out for him, but his teammate Glaive, that's really, really well done. Drops the smoke, Zipek takes all the aggro away. They're trying to hunt him down, then Glaive gets a couple of nice, easy shots there, spraying through the smoke. And that should be the round. Nothing really gathered here by Cloud9 whatsoever. They'll boost up here, but desperate. That boost very rarely works out for anyone. It's hoping to find an opening here. Time ticking away. We hit the 1 minute mark. And nothing really has to be done at this point for Astralis. Just hold up. Crossfires, wait for them to commit to a bomb site. Job done. Dupree's in the pop dog room as well. So with that UMP, that's a perfect position. Just needs to get one frag here if they commit down there. Otherwise, try and funnel them and keep them on the B side of the map. Good smoke deployed.
Automatic with Skadoodle will go back toward the T-spawn. See if there's anything else to find in the fact that Rush, oh, okay, gets caught out. Dupree, ready for it. He just walked up the ladder and got taken down immediately. Device will follow it up to take down Automatic. And Device closes it out. He is looking alive.
He's hitting some shots, isn't he?
I'm curious. We didn't actually find out. The plan was, again, that he would get some warm-up time when he arrived. How much time did he actually have?
I'd imagine like half an hour or something, I guess. It seemed like if he landed at 12...
It's 14:05
yeah,
now, so
they probably arrived at the studio for about 1 and half an hour now. He seems like he's fine. That's some nice shots. I don't think he's actually died yet. Well, yeah, he's on 4-0.
Oh, he is. You're right. Sorry, I was looking at Zipix. You're right.
Well,
he's not died yet. That's not bad. Dying's overrated anyway. I've done it 8 times so far. I've only got 1 life left.
Sadakat.
I prefer pussy. Dupree tries to spray in toward the ladder room. Stewie walks in, can't do anything with it. Still without weapons on the Cloud9 side due to the early buys. Automatic tries desperately to take down Dupree as a result. He'll go low, but he won't go into the grave until such time that Tarek does his work. It took 3 players to take down 1. Dupree must feel almighty.
Good last shot from Glaive. Closes things out, and we'll find ourselves a 4-0. This is looking very promising. Zonic looks a lot more comfortable up there, cheering them on than he did on the server. He actually had some good moments. Like, he didn't necessarily contribute a ton, but the shots he was hitting with the AWP points were relatively impressive. But Device, he's doing a very good job so far. We're going to round number 5 here. Money something to stabilize once again. Skadoodle, a name I haven't said in a while. I don't think we've casted Cloud9 since they got this new lineup.
Don't know. Well, okay. No, we have, because we did the finals of Cologne. Did they not have this lineup? No, they still had nothing then. That's right. Yeah. We must have seen them at Epicenter. Malmo.
Nope.
Surely we have. No, I'm sure we have. With Tarek on board, I'm definitely sure we have. I don't know what game, but it doesn't matter.
Let's see what they can do here. Skadoodle with no helmet.
New York?
Possibly.
We had to at some point.
Bomb's still down. They're trying to get some Ivy control here. It's Glaive who's been playing very well. Really trying to hold them off at the Ivy position. Nothing in terms of detailed execution from Cloud9 just yet. It's all been defaults and trying to coordinate a pincer on a bomb site. It hasn't really worked out too well. We're still very, very early days here. With the 5-0 is Astralis. Cloud9 is baiting out all the utility they can. Still 2 smokes available and an incendiary for Astralis. Dupree with pop dog control. And Tarek watching for any inside flanks. And Zipex is known to try and push up that lower ramp, so he's wise to do so. Looks like we'll head towards either. They're 3 players, including the bomb. Trying to take down Glaive. There's a slight gap in the smoke. Seems like Rush is aware, and he'll take him down. Well played. And now the A bomb site will be their final approach.
Device, good shots, but has to get back in behind the train. Manages somehow to do so, despite the damage being dealt with an AK-47. And exactly, he was desperate to climb on the train. The Molotov behind him at his feet eventually did reach his position.
Well, this is looking very promising for Cloud9 at this point. Good flashbang from Kiabi, though. He'll be taken down by Skadoodle. A nice shot. Dodges the flash, turns around, 180. And Automatic doing damage towards the connector. Seems like it's a round which will be working out quite nicely for him. It all came off the back of that opening pick from Rush, with Kiabi trying to back up Glaive the best he could, but unable to find the shot. 20 seconds remaining. They fully commit towards outside. Device hits one, clambering on the bomb site. Couldn't get up and avoid the flames. And it will be the first round on the board for Cloud9 here. 3 players surviving as well, but Dupree, he'll be holding on to his AK-47 and smoking incendiary. He's got a lot of utility to keep, including the defuse kits. That's definitely worthwhile. 1 player goes down with a bomb for Cloud9. That's a little bit disappointing, but overall, pretty clean stuff. And we go into round number 6 now. Here's the replay of Device, I assume, trying to get on the bomb train. So he jumped up correctly and then fumbled. And down he goes. A little bit toasty around that bomb site. Definitely still have money to work with here, though. Here's the replay from Stewie. Looking towards that connector position. It's full buy now for Cloud9.
Full buy indeed. Tarek flashed off, looks down into the Molotov. Can't find anyone up close, but he'll spray anyway. It's one of the most frustrating things for me to watch, I think, is this battle at Pop Dog always. It's so timid.
Tedious, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's been clever ways of dealing with it. The big double drop.
Yep, and the Molotov that lands on the roof.
Exactly. That's the other one I was going to mention. But those both require either a wealth of utility or 2 men.
Mm-hmm. Oh, time to get away. And it's Device who's changed his position up. He is focusing on the Ivy this time. Flashbang comes through, which he dodges. You know, his rush is probably crossed over, though. He is getting into a more aggressive stance in front of the smoke, and Rush might not be aware of this. He'll be taken down almost certainly. A rare miss from Device, and how does he get away from that one? I have no idea. 30 HP, Rush had to punish that. It'll be Skadoodle to find the opener. Stewie chimes in as well. Things starting to get interesting now as Cloud9 turn up the heat. They'll make their way towards the A bomb site. It should be planted. It's standing in the flames again as Astralis, as Kiabi struggles to hit the shot. Automatic takes him down.
Tarek with Zipix is able to win the exchange. It's Device, the last alive, and he's already trying to rotate off the AWP into greener pastures. Don't have a ton of money, not a wealth of economy on the Astralis side, so saving the AWP will have a benefit. There you go. You can see it. 3150. And down anyway. So they'll be able to buy, but it's not going to be perfect on the Astralis side. I think they'll have 2 players lacking in utility or kits or whatever they decide.
4-2.
I do think that's one of the cool things with the FAMAS, in that if... I don't want to say that it's underpowered. If there was a way that it became more viable, it is an option for the CTs to make up economy. In the fact that you go for the cheaper weapon and then you can buy the nades instead. A lot of teams rely on the M4s, and we often talk about, you know, the bonus to get back in. I think when you're in a lost round bonus, if the FAMAS was more viable or had more, I don't know what stat you change on it.
I think it's fine with the way it is. Like
you could improve the burst fire maybe.
Yeah, that's a good
range.
point. So it used to be really good in Source. Like the burst fire was actually super legit. And now it's useless. Like the burst fire and the Glock's broken, burst fire and the FAMAS broken. That's actually probably the best way to do it. If you make that burst fire like a little bit stronger, it's actually viable. Like the best example I ever saw of that was you're playing Dust 2, right? And you're looking at short from CT spawn.
Yep.
And when those heads jump across, you see the FAMAS, they burst them as they came across. It took like really good aim, but you were rewarded with the burst fire, the FAMAS with that. So the fact they made the burst fire like so bad now is... Yeah, that could be one way to look at the FAMAS and improve it.
Well, I think it would improve the economy on the CT side. I mean, UMP is powerful enough, or overpowered enough, it's been brought back a bit, that Zipix goes for a UMP instead. But I think the FAMAS as an option, like they have no kits right now. If you drop off an M4 and you had that rewarding burst, you could potentially bring out more. Because, again, no kits, I think, is a massive factor in CSGO, especially if the Ts still have smokes left over. Block you out of the sight for longer. Either way, it's underway. And it's automatic down to 70 HP. Skadoodle jumping across aiming with the AWP is going to try and find an opening. Or is he? He'll let automatic do that instead. Check top train. Occupation of Hell is in the hands of Kiarbi.
This will be the round that breaks the Astralis economy here. Device, glass cannon, AWP, as we go towards long A again. It's Glaive fending off that Ivy position, and Stewie and Rush have been doing a good job since the gun rounds begin, but we'll get a trade. It didn't come through. Glaive probably a little bit more than he was worth there. Kiabi to try and get the trade, but Rush goes towards the back track. He might be spotted. Automatic, known to be very good in these sort of duels, can't get it done, but Rush, that flank, the low HP, they didn't see it coming, and it goes down to a 3-on-2. Astralis on the chase, but Kiabi denies the plan.
Perfect. That's all he had to do. Walk out, take the bomb down. He can fade away again inside the same position. Very many tight angles. It's tough to find him. And as they'll go searching for him, they also have to contend with the fact that Xyp9x, excuse me, has good positioning at Z. Doesn't need to reveal himself either. Rush went to control room to see the high ground. If he can spot Kiabi from far, he makes noise. Kiabi repeaks. Down he goes, and Astralis find their 5th round.
Great work by Rush, but not enough to yield a result on the board. He gets the trade at Ivy, albeit getting dinked at the same time. It goes backtrack, and it seemed like Astralis didn't consider that as an option. He gets 2, but Kiabi saves the day. If that bomb goes down, Cloud9 probably win the round. He denies it just in time. It's a little bit too chaotic for them, and then Rush with no HP has to try and clutch it out. We get into round number 8 here. It's not a full force buy, but Rush and Skadoodle have got all in. Just to note that AWP is out. The other 3 have kept themselves at about $2,000.
2K all day. Tarek will leave the bomb behind and then look inside of the site. Device. It's the one that was at the ready, but they won't go. Stewie wants up, Skadoodle wants down. I think it was Stewie just clearing that. He'd be more confident going down, but again, it is the pop dog. Up at the ready, Dupree in the angle. This is a tough one. Dupree's got the headshot lineup, so if Scott doesn't nail that, it's going to be a huge problem for them. Gone out. Molotov out. This could be big because he goes, but he doesn't expect Ivy. He's forced forward by the flames, but it's Dupree in the open. Good find. The single op. That's one AK to work with it.
Outside execution looking quite good here, but the boost was nice from Kiabi. He'll try and deny the plant the best he can, but he might not have to. Glaive does all the work, and the bomb will not be planted once again. It's getting very chaotic once more. All the smokes are out, the CZ in hand, and Tarek and Automatic doing some very good work here. The round certainly not over as Xyp9x and Kiabi fight back 2-on-2 now. Time ticking away, and Kiabi just dancing around the bomb train, trying to stay alive the best he can. That was the shot that had to connect. He can't do it, and it is his teammate with low HP and a 2-on-1 situation.
Xyp9x will work his way back in with 17 HP. A little bit better than Skadoodle, but Skadoodle with the range. In fact, with a Glock at range. Why not? It'll work. Headshot just for the extra insult. As it's the 3rd round for Cloud9, desperately needed. And importantly as well, on a round when they only had an AK and then AWP, that'll bring their money back into the fold. And interestingly enough, breaks Astralis immediately.
Absolutely does. Difficult round for both teams there. Cloud9 coming out on top. 4-on-2 situation. Almost fell apart. They get it together with the Glock to finish it off. Xyp9x, the clutch master, can't find the 2-on-1. In terms of the situation for Astralis, this is a force buy. They're all in, leaving themselves about $400 per player. In terms of residual cash, CZs, Deagle, and a few nades to work with here. Cloud9 can be very tentative. They have played quite a slow game so far. Molotovs lined up. This will be the ones we mentioned on top of the pop dog roof. So the idea is to flush players out, but it might be a little bit too late. It's Device already in the pop dog. Picks up the ladder, takes down Rush. They'll take the advantage as well. Good news for Cloud9 is they don't give a rifle up. Cloud9 will also get one through the smoke.
For one, but Cloud9 still with guns. Slow pace to this game, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems very, very slow considering it's Astralis and Cloud9 playing, typically teams that were very explosive.
Yeah.
As Tarek and Stewie wait inside a pop dog, Automatic will find Device. Again, not much they can do to defend themselves with the pistols. Automatic, that said, went down to 7, so they can find him with some ample trades, but it's Stewie and Tarek together that will find and end the round, essentially, because Glaive, the last alive, can't do anything with his position.
Yeah, absolutely right. Like, Cloud9 were, from my point of view, like a more of a hybrid team. Usually on the C side of train, they would have these slow, methodical rounds of executions as well, but every now and then they'd throw in like really fast-paced outside rushes, like VP style, and like just use their star players, like Automatic and Stewie, get them out there with the AKs and do work. But so far, it has been very slow, methodical, just trying to get map control first, like the Brown Halls, and towards the end of Ivy, pincer a site with an execution at the end. It's been quite nice to watch, and they've recovered what was a pretty large deficit. They were 4-0 down, remember, and once again, opening things up. It's another pretty much full eco here for the Danes. We'll go 5-5. As Kiabi and Glaive try and do what they can. Not much for Kiabi. Glaive left just USP and 4 players to find. So he must be happy to get a frag at this point.
Pistol. Trying to shoot over. Nothing of it. 5-5. We tie the knot in holy matrimony at 5s.
Absolutely do. As we mentioned before, Astralis don't really have the crutch of a double orb thing for them.
Hello, goodbye.
And we head into round number 11, and this is what we're used to seeing from Cloud9. The faster approach. You can see Stewie's got all the way towards the bomb train right now. He's actually by the Ivy. I think he's undetected. They're not looking towards that position whatsoever. He smokes it out. Device opens things up. It's a little bit chaotic as he gets the shot from the backtrack. He needs to be very careful. Bomb will be planted. 5 on 3, but we still have a chance here for Cloud9. Absolutely.
Well, the boost is going to be on top of Ticket to watch toward the bomb and toward the train as the smokes dissolve. That'll give Dupree a bit more information for the entry or re-entry of the CTs. As Skadoodle, though, holds off the Vice, that certainly does give them a much better chance. Stewie staying alive is also fortunate because it baits Xyp9x around the train. Unfortunately, there's nothing they can do with that. Skadoodle misses the shot, and Xyp9x is able to pop back out. And as a result, Tarek now has to step up. He's done well from behind the E-box, but far too many targets indeed. He gets overwhelmed as Xyp9x will take him down, and finally around back to Astralis.
The aim was looking great there. If he nails that third shot, we've really got a round on our hands. They had no kit to work with at that point. Comes down to the 2 versus 1 as Tarek working that E-box. He'll get a couple, but not enough. 6-5 now. Astralis take the lead once more. Here's the replay as the round came to its logical conclusion. That was the shot. Tarek hits Xyp9x there. Could have been his round. Let's see the last few rounds of the first half here. Money okay on both teams. You can see Device still with Glass Cannon, AWP. And he has no armor at all. And Glaive will get in that Ivy position once again. Right by the server. Did see a change of pace from Cloud9 in the previous round with Stewie just rushing A main, getting right down towards Ivy. Got a plant out of it, but lost the first couple of frags. We'll see whether it's another default coming through from Cloud9 can potentially reset the Danes here. They've only got 1 round after losing the previous 3.
Stewie with the cross smoke set toward the bomb train. That'll cover off both right and left. Allow for a fast plant should they get inside of the site. And they have. Smoke off Pop Dog to counter the play. But I like this deep smoke toward Ivy. Knowing that Astralis was out there preoccupied, it limits the approach in which they want to get back in. Therefore, Automatic is ready for it when Glaive goes and gets the kill on the inside of the smoke immediately. We'll get the bomb plant and another good execution from Cloud9 as they start to claw back in. Now, not done because although no kits, there's time enough if they find picks immediately. Pretty standard formation in the T side, E-box and back train, and I'm surprised that they're not putting more attention toward the E-box as a result, with Xyp9x to get aggressive and Kiabi to hold the approach and hold the angle. That'll confirm at least that there is one behind the E-box. They now have to go together, rush the one to hold it. The problem is if Tarek were to swing out behind them, but the smoke's disallowed it, they go behind the train instead, an Automatic. Gets one that will confirm the round. In fact, he chases Xyp9x down.
These sort of strategies really suit the playstyle of Cloud9, I think. Default, slow pace, bait out CT utility, then drop that full execution at that point. It eradicates risks, it puts pressure on the CT AWPers, and it means your players like Stewie, like Automatic, can get nice and close range to the bomb site and take one-on-one duels with the AK-47s. They've got great movement mechanics and great aim as well. You can see Automatic getting right to the back of the bomb train, basically shoving his AK down the throat of one of the defending CT players. And that's another round on the board. And like we said, if Cloud9 picked that one up, it's a full reset for Astralis. That's exactly what's happened. And CZ's Deagle's coming out, another force buy. We'll see if they can get anything done here. Not to begin with, though. Dupree goes down, Stewie out the Pop Dog. Molotov towards a connector here, and it's up to Device. Sneaking by towards the main entrance. He's only got the Glock in his back pocket there, but it doesn't matter. Stewie's there to save the day. Tarek with the 3rd kill, and we'll see whether Glaive can get anything else done here. It looks unlikely with his CZ and T-spawn.
He'll work, or rather not, toward the bathrooms and just sit to wait. So 5 staying alive for Cloud9 will certainly benefit them in terms of wealth. And this will give them more than just a single round in hand. Automatic already has 61, 56-50 for Tarek. all escape through Ivy.
So second stage loss bonus into the next round. It's very unlikely Astralis can get anything together. So Glaive holding on to the CZ. There's no weaponry to pick up. Not a single kill found there for Astralis whatsoever. Full eco again. Cloud9 actually going to win the half on the T side after being down 4-0. Very nicely done in terms of the recovery. As soon as money was in their favour. Slow-paced game, good executions. Look at the frag charts while we're here as well. We've got Tarek on 10 kills, similar story for Automatic. Everyone's contributing pretty equally. Same story on the Astralis side. 10 kills to Zipex at the top there. It's good at all watching for any aggressive play towards the upper ramp. Pretty much full eco here. As Automatic can hear some footsteps in front of him. That's going to be Dupree. A little bit noisy.
So bomb intentionally left behind again from Cloud9 with 1:20 as well. Again, they'll drain out time. Kiarbi inside of the site with device rotating over, so stack up toward B for Astralis. Lost 2 men on that side of the map, Tarek and Skadoodle. Respective killers. At the top, good I was going to say good check. I thought Tarek was going to look down and find him, but Dupree had the angle figured out. CZ works, automatic steals the kill away from Rush. Won't matter, that's a collective effort to win the round is the only objective in their hands. Speaking of hands, Dupree, he's got his hands on an AK.
He has. Can he do anything further with that? He's currently in the B halls and the bomb we planted outside, of course. I think at this point Dupree just holds on to the AK-47 and Device will see if he can find anything here as he'll head towards the pop dog right now. Automatic willing to take a little bit of damage there with the flames just to guarantee no one's in the pop position, deny them dropping down. Number 14 looks very comfortable here. Automatic doesn't want to give his AK up, of course. And he'll fall back. Round guaranteed.
Round guaranteed for Cloud9 after being 5-2 down. So a great recovery. Tarek leading the way with 11 automatics there with him. And money back in the hands for Astralis. They'll find themselves in a position, although light. I was going to say to go for an AWP, it would have to be a glass cannon. Device is elected to do that.
On the last few rounds, it's been Cloud9 been shutting out the AWPer with the smokes deployed. Everything looking very good, and I'll have the scoreline at 8-6 for now, a tactical timeout. Remember, there's a slight caveat to this game. Device only just arrived in the building about an hour ago. He is currently ill and missed out on the first game, in fact, so he won't be at his peak level. He's currently on 9 kills, 9 deaths. It's not like he's significantly dropped off, but it's all going to be a factor. Getting straight off the plane into a professional CS game is a bit of a tall order.
See what they can amount to. Astralis, especially, I have to say, they played very well against the IP with, you know, Zonic aside. They played well as a unit around him and adapted well. Everyone was getting kills at the very least. I expected great things on his arrival. And he's not been the problem at all. He's on 9 kills. It's just collective effort from Cloud9 that seems to be able to get bombs down pretty much every single round. Especially in the outer yard.
Well, final round here. Device positions himself towards a connector. Bit of a hybrid position. You can watch obviously inside and outside. It's a very common position to smoke off, so it's not going to find him an opening kill just yet as the smokes and flashbangs are deployed. Must be the full commitment, I'm not sure. It seems like it's designed to bait out some utility as no commitment comes through from Cloud9 whatsoever. They'll head towards inside. Stewie and Tarek take care of business at the Brown Halls. They'll go for the boost once again. There's going to be Stewie to go up with the secondary AWP on the T side here. Looking to stand up. There we go.
Zipix behind the smoke at the bottom of the ramp. The boost seldom works. I'll drop off it. I thought they were going to show some clever run boost the way they were trying to line up in that position, but Kiarbi instead, again, holding from hell, will take down automatic. That will certainly entice Cloud9 into a reaction. It's going to be a reaction that's not expected, though, and it's worked. Simple timing. Stewie's the only one to go to B. He goes down. There's 3 players left alive, but the fact that they lost a player outside, and the expectation is from Astralis is that they're going to funnel the inside site, they rush back and catch them off. That's actually quite cool from Cloud9. They get a bomb plant down. Unfortunately, they didn't get a subsequent kill on the re-rotation from Astralis, and Zipix gets found by Tarek, but he's down immediately. It's Skadoodle versus 4.
Oh.
Good flick to find Glaive. They drop off ticket booth. He has device down as well. He certainly does have a chance to win this. They're on the bomb inside of the smoke, and I don't think he would have heard the defuse kit being held because of the flashbang, but without the kit, he had time. He goes to the Deagle, 1 versus 1, and Skadoodle's pulled it back in a 1 versus 4.
Godlike plays there from Skadoodle, and what a time to pull it out. The final round of the half. Just when Cloud9 are running away with it, it seemed like a guaranteed round for the Danes, but it wasn't good enough. They couldn't hold him off, and Skadoodle, that was magical. Can Astralis bounce back from that? I'm not so sure, Matt. That was quite nice. We'll find out what they can do after the break.
Well, a good turnaround. It was 5-2 at one point, and then Skadoodle ended the half with this miraculous op round. That said, his stats are not amazing even with this, but why not? Gives them a 9th round.
Like I said as well, just to do that before halftime, they had that 2-minute break just to stew over that. A 4 versus 1, that's unbelievable. If it's the first shot impressing the most, he was aiming for the boosted player, flicks down, and I even said at the time, I thought, he can do this. It's happening. They had no kids to work with there. They started to panic a little bit, facing him one-on-one. It was such a brilliant round, and what a comeback that was from Cloud9. 4-0 down, and they win the half 9-6. Astralis have a lot of work to do here on the T side. We'll see what they can do with the pistol. We can have a look at the buy. We've got 2 upgraded pistols. Device and Glaive with P250s. They've got smokes and flashbangs as well. And we'll see whether they can make any sort of dent here. Much needed pistol required. Kit for Stewie, a couple of flashbangs there as well. Only 1 player inside, and it's Tarek who's heading towards the Pop Dog area with Skadoodle. It should be an inside play here, considering all 5 players are towards the brown halls. They don't have any information on towards Ivy, main entrance, so they can't mess around here. They have to execute in the next 10 seconds or so. They have no idea what kind of flanks will be coming through, so the smokes will be deployed momentarily, and in they go.
Daddy Doopy. Gonna wait to work his way in with Kiabi to his left side.
Smokes.
Smoke down in front of Z Connector, second one over to the right side. Gives them a chance to push forward. Astralis will do exactly that. Kiabi finding the first kill. Dupree. He's trying to find more, but he's running out of time to do so and doesn't want to overcommit and go down. He's gone down anyway. Rush finds him. We lost Zipix just beforehand. It puts us a man down and no more further forward. Our Astralis than when they first entered the site, because it's all back in the back lines. In fact, it's just down to Kiabi. He's stuck in the middle of the train. Rush was behind him, and he was at least smart enough to realize it and swing, but that puts him in the open to Tarek.
Retake from Cloud9. I didn't think they stood a chance there. It was a lovely execution from Astralis. 2 smokes going in to protect them as they went down the lower ramp. That was very successful, and they managed to get all the way towards that connector, push the CDs back, but it couldn't win out those single one-on-one duels against the Cloud9 players. They seem to be the better fraggers today, and Kiabi left in a very difficult situation. 3 players around him by the bomb. They knew exactly where he was. He couldn't hit the shots. And he'll go down 10-6 now. Astralis presumably forced by in the 3rd round. Take an eco here. Objective is get that bomb down once again. You can go towards inside, and you're often guaranteed at least a trade with 5 players going in and a potential plan at that point. But they opt for presence at the Ivy, and we've got 2 Cloud9 players there, one of which will be baited in, and that's a nice shot from Kiabi. That makes things very problematic now. MP9 stuck behind, and they're trying to spam and take him down, but Automatic's quite smart about this, just stays in position, doesn't take any real damage here. And his teammate Skadoodle will back him up, but maybe not for long. The Glock comes out on top, and it's getting actually a little bit dicey for them.
Dicey indeed. Devicey indeed. He's gone down to Automatic. Good nade from Stewie. Down goes Dupree. Cloud9 about to find themselves an 11th round. Cabby will run toward B.
Might have been enough.
Just to get a bomb down?
Yeah.
You'd think. But he didn't pump up his kicks. And it's Stewie to get the kill.
It's the MP9 at that range. Did about 99 damage at the first shot, but after that, he was pretty much done for. 11-6, the AK's come through. If they win this round, they're back on course. If they don't, Cloud9 are going to be in a very strong position. It's a little bit of a difficult one for them. They've got 3 M4s. The Famous out. Stewie with that MP9. Dupree will head towards the Ivy area. Try and maybe sell something towards that side of the map before his teammates go for the inside execution. He could also wait to be the flank and go through CD spawn once his teammates commit towards inside. That's looking likely right now. Devices watching main entrance still, so they still could fall back and go through the pop dog towards the outside area. It's a very default setup right now. As Device takes a nade to the face, Zipex taking quite a lot of damage at the start as well. The Device with no AWP to try and find the opening pick here.
A little bit ambitious, I think.
The jumping pallet shot.
Yeah, toward the back train. As Glaive will bust out the windows and climb back up the ladder. Who would have thought it would be on train against Cloud9 that Astralis would have their largest struggle. Keep in mind they don't win this. As it says, they're currently 6th in group at 0-1. I'm sure that's a tie for 6th with a few others at this point in time, but this would put them 0-2 in group. Cloud9 with 1 win. It's thirds. That just goes to show you that it's basically 3 teams. I think it'd be 2 teams 1-0, 2 teams 0-1, and then overtime, counting in that for the middle 2. As Automatic close out against Kiabi. Got 1 kill before him, and now it's Device to find Rush. This is what they need, although Tarek has stepped up when needed as well. Bottom of the ladder, nowhere to hide from that position unless you climb back up quickly enough, but you can't scurry away. And Skadoodle and Stewie shut down the round.
Wow, Tarek's movement there was really nice. You see him moving from the heaven position, dropping down, just touching the ladder as well to avoid taking any damage. Sprays 2 of them down. 5 seconds remaining. Astralis now really struggling. They're not getting any bombs down here. Cloud9 looking very good. This is the movement I'm talking about. As soon as he goes down, just really well played. Look at that. He looked confident. He could have got the 3rd there as well. Great stuff. And we'll get into round number 19. Another eco from Astralis, I'm afraid. It's going to be 13-6 almost certainly here as they rush towards Ivy. Dupree and Kiabi there with the bomb. Too much work has to be done here. Let's fire off some shots towards the Ivy. Automatic takes a shot to the chest. Gets down to 65. We do have a little bit of a chance here. We've tried to get him to wall off, but not for long. Rush finds him. Nice cream shot. Clean shot.
So obsessed with
cream in the
pies.
bloody brain.
It's fine. You're going to have cream
building.
on your bloody face when Carmack's done with you this week.
Yeah, this is the cream pie event, isn't it? It's where it all began.
Well, yes, yeah.
At IEM.
Essentially, yeah, it was San Jose at the time. Now we're Oakland, but same Bay Area. I think they actually had to move buildings contractually because Moses said he would never set foot in there again.
I think the cleaning crew was like, you know what, they're banned.
Yeah.
I'm glad this guy's back in the building.
Well, Rush takes out Dupree. And it's Cloud9 with Tarek to find Glaive. No sooner did Kiabi get a kill to make it look like they had a chance, and they were gone again. And Cloud9, in doing so, could find themselves on 13 rounds. 3 to go to the end. Ooh, that's all right.
Yeah.
9 HP, though. Yeah. Timid peek above the ladder, and Stewie is able to find him immediately.
Well, then. It's currently 4-0 in favor of the Cloud9 boys here. 13-6, and we'll have a pause. Kiabi calls it. They'll have a full buy available, of course. Device with the AWP will follow his scoreline right now. Device 11 for 14. It's Dupree, one of the other stars. He's right at the bottom. 8-15. Glaive not doing much better at all. This team is struggling today. Let's just go over the beginning of the tournament. Zonic, the coach behind them, he actually had to play for them this morning. It's been a bit of a rough one. Device will still have to get a later flight, and then it didn't make it in time for the first game. They had to play NIP, which started off well. They were up like, what, 4-0, I think, to kick things off Astralis, and then it all kind of fell apart. Zonic couldn't really get into the game, and they found themselves losing the first map to them, and this is round robin. So if they lose to Cloud9 here as well, they're in a lot of trouble. They still have to play some huge names in there. SK Gaming, right? And that could be a very problematic affair.
No, you have to win out. Simple as that. You have to. It's 3 and 2. You can't go 2 and 3 and make it through. Yeah. I mean, maybe some mathematical wizardry with ties and overtime, whatever. But I can't. Come on, that's not going to happen.
A 6-man group, and 3 go through. The winner of the group will go straight to the semi-finals. The other 2 fight it out in the quarters. Good shot from Rush. Another opening pick. Glaive, there's no trade potential there. Doesn't really challenge their Rush, and it's going to be Stewie just having a whale of a time there. Lovely work with the AK-47. Where's the smoke stove? Where's the utility? This is looking quite poor from Astralis now. Like, very well done from Stewie, don't get me wrong, but he didn't even need any backup there. Just guns them down one by one. No pressure from the upper ramp. It seems like they're out of ideas at this point. And that'll be a clean round, and quite a convincing one of that. Not even too hyped, Cloud9. It's just business as usual for them. 14-6. Bomb doesn't go down. They have to force into this one. And this is the play. So he's got the smoke at upper ramp, and just bang, one by one. All right, the flashbangs. Struggling at best now. Astralis have to force buy into this one. 2 AKs, 2 CZs, a UMP. Double orb set up for the first time from Cloud9 as well. Automatic on the secondary orb. Looking down the barrel of match point very early on in the second half.
Quick reload from Zip. Smoke at the ready. It'll cover between yellow and red, which means they have the cross potential to get to the default plant, which is exactly what they intended. Good play from Stewie to get above, but Dupree trades it immediately coming through the high ground, which means he falls back to the brown hulls. He'll hold for the post plant. Unfortunately for him, no Molotov. No further grenades aside from one flash. In fact, maybe they won't need them. Dupree, up close, finds Rush. So excuse me in misreading that. It was actually Kiabi that fell back. I thought he was the one that was further forward, and Zipix will do the same. It's automatic. That puts the smoke down to try and allow he and Tarek to get much closer. Dupree needs to act quickly if he's going to get behind them on the flank. It should be almost perfect because he's got an automatic down, and the defuse. Oh, the defuse is on it. Tarek's got it. Cloud9 got it before they could actually get him inside of the smoke.
Unbelievable. I watched the whole thing. That was so sick. They smoked the bomb, Molotov lower ramp, and he went for that play. When you defuse a bomb, you've already got the flashbang primed. Right-clicks the flash at the 3-second mark, and the T's got completely wrecked by it. It was a 4-on-2, I think, at that point, and looked like they had no chance in it whatsoever. The full defuse is happening right now. That flashbang goes off. Tarek saves the day. 4 players alive. And he gets a full defuse in. Oh, that's it. That's game. That's morale gone. An automatic finds the first
We can get that
frag.
from his perspective.
Yeah, I managed to watch it. It was so exciting. Good Lord.
I heard you kind of dancing antsy over there. I was wondering. And then as I snapped over on my feed, what a defuse it was. Say again?
This is a very anticlimactic way to finish it. I thought we'd have a bit more of a brawl here in the potentially final round, but it's going to be a 5-on-2. What a performance in Cloud9. They won their first game as well. They're actually going to be fighting for the top of this group. Stewie finish things off here. Maybe the double frag. They line up for him. He dinks Zip-X, and that's it. Cloud9 will be taking out Astralis in a very convincing manner. And are going to put themselves in a terrific position in the group as well at 2-0, putting Astralis 0-2. This group just got very, very interesting. Some sick clutches throughout. What a game that was. Congratulations, Cloud9. We'll throw it over to the analysts and get that.